Pickaxe.
Join us at patreon.com/castparty for a whole plethora of exclusive goodies. 5-day early access to every Cast Party episode, including Nocturne, ad-free episodes, behind-the-scenes info, exclusive bonus monthly one-shots, access to our community Discord, where our community plays D&D games together, has game nights, and hosts so much more, all for less than the price of a single cup of coffee per month. Aren't convinced? Try out a free trial. 7 days free to check out the content that we offer only exclusively on our Patreon. Patreon.com/castparty. Support your favorite D&D podcast, all while getting some awesome perks. Patreon.com/castparty. See you there, casting crew.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cast Party. My name is Colin McManus, and I will be your director for today. I am joined by Ryan McManus.
Ryan McManus playing Bjorg Jorgensen, the Jewel of Debauchery.
Anna Brisbane.
Lenore DeVere, Chaos Fairy, excited to push all the buttons.
Nigel Deacon.
I'm Nigel, playing Jackal Campman, the Leperin loner striving for companionship and control.
Vince Perino.
Hi, Vince Perino, playing Tevin Alkin, the robot.
And Luis Carrazzo.
Hey, I'm Luis Carrazzo, and I'm playing Santos, the Glavinator. My introductions are already like the robot.
Glavinator.
In our last episode, you all watched as your rings made from the moon rock changed on your fingers in different ways. Both Lenore and Jackal ended up taking theirs off. Lenore put hers in Bjorg's pocket, but Jackal threw his into the nearby forest. You all spent that night at the observatory. You spoke to Tobin, found out he had seen lines of magical energy go from Stratton's orbital towards Ilos's just a few minutes before the orbital exploded. You all told him to save his dead from Hollowglen and to maybe bring him to the observatory instead of joining the Order of the Chrysalis in Carmarth. He gave you some mirror masks, which Lenore decorated 2 of them with flowers before you all headed to bed, save for Jack, who took the evening to go explore outside as he was feeling anxious in the safety of the room. He found himself face to face with a familiar being late at night. The old woman with a hunched back and a shepherd's crook with candles atop it. She found his dream rock and said it was for him. She handed it over before refusing to answer any of Jack's questions and entered into the portal she must have come in from. Jack slipped the ring back into Bjorg's jacket before heading to bed. In the morning, Mila bid you farewell and you all headed towards Carmarth. During the early morning travel, you each spent some time expanding upon your dreams so that the others could know what you found out, what you felt, and perhaps even give you insight into some of these mysteries. Notably, Jackal was reluctant at first, but was persuaded into telling you about what happened and how it made him feel in the moment. You all opened up to each other in this state of vulnerability, and as Jack finished his story and heard your assurances, he was bathed in the warmth of the rising sun to his east. Now you continue heading to the northeast, towards Carmarth. Jack, you know that you are off the map that you got from Nightshade that had those different locations of crash sites for Ilos's orbital pieces. Bjorg did make a map of the whole planet of Ikaria, but with what detail he has, it's going to be relatively hard to tell exactly where you are. You do see that there is a lake in the direction you're going, a very large one, which you think must be the one that Mila mentioned Carmarth is near. You see the Pollux River heads from that lake right through where you know Twin Rivers to be. Eventually, you'll end up crossing this river at least once more if you continue just heading towards the northeast. And so the scene is set. The question is, what will you do next?
Well, my map says this could be an ocean. I'm unsure of the scale, to be totally honest with you.
Do we have different maps?
Could be the same. I guess we'll know when we get there, or when we see the body of water.
Yeah, I mean, this other map, we haven't been able to use this for a few days now, so I've just been looking at it as a nice picture.
It's like a Rorschach painting. What do you see in the continents?
Your parents, weirdly enough.
What do they look like?
And I hold out the map and I say, Well, you can kind of see one horn here, and there's like this weird generational age that you can see in their faces.
I think those are just fault lines or something.
Is that what you're calling the wrinkles near your eyes?
This is the longitude and latitude lines of my face.
What do we do when we get there?
I feel it will be obvious. There must be signs everywhere about the Order of the Chrysalis, or we just look for a very tall, half-elf, half-Goliath running across rooftops and hunt her down.
I'm sure we'll see lots of flyers and stuff, right?
Remember that we encountered 2 people on the road that we learned were of this order, and who we strongly suspect as the killers of whoever it was that was at that crash site.
Yeah, but they weren't going this way, right?
I don't know.
And they also weren't suspecting us of anything.
Yeah.
So what would they report?
Well, just to keep a lookout, I guess.
If anything, they might just remember our faces and...
That we were so nice.
Exactly. We know a lot more heinous things about them than they know of us.
Right. I basically look to Jackal and follow your lead as you continue to move us through the wilderness.
I'm on it.
Don't get us lost, Jack.
Again.
Hey.
Just kidding.
You're in these nice forested highlands, and you move from them into a more hilly area. You notice the trees getting more sparse, they get smaller. You pass the occasional creek where the vegetation gets a bit denser, as does the wildlife, but for the most part, you are greeted by less and less vegetation as you move further towards the northeast. You eventually end up surrounded by grassy plains filled with tall weeds and grain stalks. And this travel, this change in your surroundings, it is not quick. It takes a few days. At first, it's very easy to find tree cover to set up camp underneath and sleep for the night. But as the days continue, these plains open up more and more. Traversing the wide open expanses is pretty refreshing. You start to see new wildlife like lizards sunning themselves on warm, exposed stones. Hawks circle above. They dive down to catch field mice that are hiding amongst the brush. And these hills continue to roll on. You sometimes even find yourself seeing outcrops of red rocks peeking out from particularly steep ridges. And as the travel continues, the sun begins to harshen. As you move, you can feel the ground beneath your feet growing drier and drier with each passing day. After 6 full days of travel, it begins to get dark. You still haven't crossed the river that you're expecting, Jack, but you knew this travel was going to take a long time, and you've been traveling the same direction the whole time. So you know it's probably going to be soon. As the sun continues to set and a little bit later than dusk starts to cover the fields, you start to look for a good place to stop and set up camp for the night. As you're doing so, in the sky, there is a light up ahead. A column, a faint magical light. A good quarter mile ahead, you see an area where there's much more tree coverage, a dense pocket of them. And from somewhere within this abruptly forested area, there is a light emitting into the sky. It's light blue, and it's not just like a single beam of light. There are particles in the light itself, and they almost look to spiral into the sky slowly.
Whoa. That's not like a weather thing, right? That's just, what is that? Is it bugs?
I don't know. You want to go check it out?
Yeah. What if it's gone by the time we wake up tomorrow? We gotta go now. It seems magic-y to me, but it could be magic nature. It could be magic people. It could be magic. I don't know. Could be anything.
I guess we should take a closer look.
Are these possibly like the lights that Tobin had mentioned?
Wait, what did he say?
The lights that went towards Stratton, was it?
Yeah, but those are like shooting across space.
Oh, yeah.
And they were really, really, really thin, like a shooting star.
Yeah, I think that's real different.
Could be related.
But good thinking. I like where your head's at.
Well, I want to see what the deal is. And I'm flying that direction.
I'm going to head in that direction too. Oh boy.
Same.
Jack, there is a nice pathway that you guys were on, and it forks. And there's another pathway that leads towards this pocket of trees. So you're easily able to continue walking relatively uninhibited.
I am watching for traps.
And I'm flying over any traps.
I'm also going to fly.
Go ahead and roll me investigation or survival, Jack. Your choice.
6.
Also, I'm wearing my mirror mask.
I'm going to put on the mirror mask too.
Yours is less fashionable, but you do so.
Yes, it's very plain.
Haha.
I know. I'm bad at crafts.
Traversing into these trees, you are following a path that leads right through the forested area itself, but it isn't super well maintained. It looks like it was probably once heavily traveled, but hasn't been used at least by a large amount of people in quite some time. Following the path, you find the ground is a bit more wet beneath your feet. Much like the earlier forest closer to Twin Rivers, a bit more muddy than the dusty dirt you've been dealing with the past day or so. You continue to get peaks of this spiraling light through the trees as you get closer and closer to what's causing it. Again, it's just this pillar of light, and the closer you get, the more it just looks like it goes on into the sky forever. These trees around you, they're very dense as you enter into this forest, and then they start to become a little bit less dense towards the center. And you start to see man-made structures ahead. A full village. Houses and businesses all made of stone, but crumbling and being overtaken by nature. Some of them are completely overtaken with roofs collapsed in on themselves, just nothing more than ruin. Others are a bit more sturdy and have sustained major damage, but they still stand silently in this forest. On the outskirts that you are definitely coming in from what used to be the main entry into this village, denoted by a large signpost that has since rotted and fallen into the nearby bushes.
Wait, I'm going straight for the signpost.
It is fallen on its front, and you have to flip it over, and it's definitely rotted, little bugs all moving around, and it looks like a welcome sign to the village, and it simply reads Shithole.
Spell that.
Shithole.
What the hell? Shithole.
Oh my god. Okay.
God damn it.
Does it smell bad here?
It smells a little bit more swampy.
Swampy shithole? That's not great.
I would like to cast guidance on myself as I start to become a little bit paranoid as to whether other people have been here, especially recently. So I want to look for tracks and disturbances that suggest someone's been here ahead of us.
What? Is this dangerous? Should I do mage armor?
Do we need to prepare for something in here?
I don't know. I get a weird feeling. We've had a few days of safe traveling.
Kinda overdue.
Feel like it's good to be cautious.
I cast mage armor.
Santos, you can give me perception with guidance.
Total of 16.
As you are looking around, you are by no means an expert in finding tracks or anything like that. You do, as you're looking about, this looks like the main pathway into and out of the village, and you're looking around, and there's one particular area that looks like it's been like maybe recently deserted, and you have to bring Jackal over.
Oh, I will absolutely do that.
And as Jack, you look at it, there is a recent footstep here heading towards the village.
I'm pointing it out to you. I'll bring you towards it immediately. Hey, I don't really know what I'm looking for with this, but I did spot this footprint here.
Keep your eyes open, everyone. Right. Okay. Go team.
If we encounter people, who's going to do the talking for us?
I heard go team, and I started flying the direction of the lights.
Oh God, it's gonna be Lenore. Wait, and I start running after her.
What type of talking are we speaking of as you hear the steam come out of my arm with the gun coming out?
Not that kind. Not that kind. Not yet.
I think as soon as Lenore takes off, I leap up into the air. Jackal runs too, right? And I'm going to try to the very last minute before Lenore gets too far I'm going to activate Emboldening Bond to try to link Lenore and Bjorg and Jackal.
I feel emboldened.
I think we might need it.
You're following this path and you keep on looking, and every chance you get, you can see through the trees more and more of this light that you're getting closer and closer to. Until you enter the village proper. The center of this village opens up into a murky pond, as if the village was built around it with the pond at its center. Trees have long since been cleared out of this area, save for one massive tree. It stands only 40 foot tall, maybe, similar to the other trees around it, yet its branches spread wide over this grassy area that overlooks the pond. Spread throughout this tree's leaves are small blue flowers, the same color as the light moving into the sky above. And you watch as the flowers excrete a glowing powder into the air. It's brought into the sky above the tree, and you see it just creates this beautiful glowing light, the one that you saw from a distance. This area here is a bit brighter with this extra light alongside the moonlight bouncing off the surface of this pond. You are entering from the south. The pond is directly in front of you. On the other side of the pond is the tree to the north. But off to your left, around the pond a bit, you see an area where dirt has been freshly excavated. There's a few piles of dirt here. 3 humanoid bodies are lying on the ground near the dirt.
I start to fly towards the tree, and then I out of the corner of my eye, turn and see that, and whoop! I stop and like skid into the air.
You can hear it squeak even though you're not touching the ground.
It's the little emboldening Bond sparks coming off of her heels in midair.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What the hell?
From where we're at, are we able to tell if these bodies look fresh or if they're decomposing before getting any closer?
It is getting too dark out, so it is pretty hard to tell. You were talking about if it smelled earlier. Even from here, when you are a good 100 feet away from the bodies or so, it smells like rot and death. So they've probably been dead a little while.
Do we need a little bit more light to get a better look? Because I can provide that for us.
Will that not draw attention to us?
That's already glowing light. Just make it blue.
I think I can do that. I will cast light on the blade of my glaive. And if I can make it blue to match the light from the trees, I would do that.
I would like to gently creep over to the bodies. Like, I want to do it, I guess, quietly, but I want to get to there and just see what's up without attracting attention.
Roll me stealth.
While he's doing that, I want to try to find some sort of position that's raised up a little bit so I could try to get a better look of everything around us to make sure that as he's going, nothing is going to be able to get at him without us seeing. If there's anything around me that I can get up on.
Most of these buildings nearby are in ruins. There is one that still has a standing portion of roof just to your left.
Yeah, screw it. I'm going towards that roof.
Go ahead and roll me athletics, Tevin, just as you're getting up there.
Seeing Jack hunker down and go into stealth mode, I'm just gonna go into the pocket, get my little device, take out the emerald from my middle finger ring, and smack the emerald into the device, and then just chuck it. And I'm gonna give Jack oopsies to be on his shoulder. And I'm gonna have oopsies hold an action for a little force push. In case anything moves at him, he's got a little turret that's gonna boom. And I will follow Tevin, but I'm gonna more get behind some rubble, more for cover rather than scoping the place out.
15 for me.
That is enough to get onto the roof.
I got a 22 for my stealth check.
I rolled a dirty 1 on perception, so I don't notice that Jack is going stealthy. So I'm just gonna slowly make my, I'm not flying full speed like I was before at the flowers, but now I'm flying at a normal slow speed towards the bodies to investigate. But I'm not being sneaky or anything.
And then Santos, what about you?
I am gonna fly up, maybe be about 15 feet up, and I will head over, not all the way to the bodies, but I want to be kind of in between everybody else. For Lenore and Jackal, the tether from emboldening bond between the two of you, since you're near each other, remains strong. Bjorg, you, as they get that far away, over 30 feet, you see the tether between you and them just start to disappear.
So what's happening with these bodies?
Roll me investigation.
Can I do it too?
You may.
And you can add a D4 to it if you want.
Gonna. 23.
Yeah. Well, also 23.
Damn.
These bodies have been dead at least a few days. They look to be wearing simple clothing, no shoes to be seen. As you're looking at them, it looks like they've been killed by blunt force trauma, as well as there are cuts along some of their body. You also notice, with such strong and high investigation checks, there are things on their necks, wounds that don't look like from blunt force, and they don't look to be cuts. They're circular in nature, a bunch of different punctures in a circular pattern, not a single puncture, like a bunch of punctures that have made a circular pattern. Santos, I want you to roll me perception.
Ooh, 24.
Santos, movement in the building to your left.
Oh.
There is a slight shine of blue. Something metallic moved by this window, and it looked like it was moving quickly, as if someone was trying to hide behind the wall next to this window. And it reflected the blue light coming off of the tree.
I'm going to try to cover as I fly towards Jackal and Lenore. Whisper to them, I saw movement in the house. Something caught the blue light and they're hiding up against the wall on the side of the window.
Oh,
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to start to make my way back towards the other two to deliver that same info.
is there anything on the bodies? Like pockets, like belongings?
You notice next to the bodies is a like burlap sack that's tied up. Other than that, there is a shovel. Most of what they have is like all torn up. And so you see, it doesn't look like they had any belongings on them, or if they did, it's been taken from them.
I want to start opening that bag.
As you move towards the bag, you hear a door open really quickly. And Santos, just from where you saw it, you see a half-elven man burst out, wielding a hammer and a dagger. He's got an adventuring belt on, a vest over some typical lightweight but thick adventuring clothes. Some are a bit torn and tattered, and you can see he's got bandages on his arms as well as some on his legs, and he's got this dark gray hair. Not afraid of creatures in the dark, are we?
No, sir, we're not. But it seems like you're a little rattled. We mean no harm. Do you need assistance?
Did anyone get in the water?
No.
No.
Did anyone get in the water?
We said no.
I'm gonna take that cue and move further away from that water.
Stay away if you value your sanity.
Sanity?
Do you know those that are dead here? Were they with you?
As he looks at you, Santos, and you're talking to him, he takes out a flint, and with his dagger, he strikes it and illuminates his torch he has on his side. And you see his face light up in the relative darkness here. You see he's got these deep brown eyes and a thin nose. It's a bit easier to see some minor cuts on his face as well as across his forearms. Let me see your eyes. In the light, nice and slow. Sweeps the light back and forth towards you, Santos.
When he starts sweeping that back and forth, I'm fixating my gun right on him.
As you're watching, he is jutting his eyes back and forth, his head back and forth between Santos and Jack and Lenore. it does not look like he has looked your way at all.
As he's doing that with a torch, I'll extend my glaive and I'll very slowly and not in an aggressive way because the blade is illuminated with the light spell. And I'll say, here, I'll give you light that can reveal to you more clearly what it is that you're looking for. And I'll just lean my face into that glowing light so he can see my eyes.
Slow step closer. He looks deep into your eyes, waves that torch until it gets that blue glow from your glaive into them. You see that grip on his dagger loosens a bit and his whole body relaxes. Don't go in the water.
Who would want to go into that murky water?
Yeah, it looks gross.
As he puts his dagger back down towards his side, as well as the hammer, he looks over to Jack and Lenore with the torch. May I approach? And he gestures towards the bodies.
I'm still holding the burlap bag. I look at it and I slowly put it down. And I'll fly towards him.
I stand up more to my full height, just kind of eyeing him. I'm not moving in like a defensive or reflective way, but I guess I am being defensive.
Could I whisper something to Bjorg while this is happening?
Yeah, Bjorg is hiding behind the wall that you are like currently up on top of. So he's close enough where you'd be able to whisper something.
Bjorg, he does not seem to know our presence. What shall we do?
I think we have a very rare moment where we can just watch and keep track. If he makes any sort of funny movements, we have the upper hand right now, both in height and surprise. If you want to keep an eye on him, I'm gonna fixate myself on the building. There's no way he can be alone. You're a better shot than I am.
You say the word, I shall fire.
What are you looking for, kid?
Got brought in by the light.
Yeah, us too. But what are you looking for in our eyes?
See if you got the parasites.
That would happen to them? And I'll point at the marks on their necks.
As he can see your confusion, he continues closer to you, hands up, one holding the torch, other hand away from his weapon, showing them with his torch. You see that piece of burlap that's wrapped up next to these bodies that Lenore just put down. See, he bends down and grabs it. He sticks the torch into the ground and he opens it up, and you see inside, he almost lays it out, almost like a very disgusting picnic blanket, what look to be oversized slugs. They each have eye stalks and feelers, though they each look like they've been split in half by a sharp object. Found these on their necks when they attacked me.
Ooh.
Don't think I've ever seen those before.
New to me as well.
I'm gonna take my index finger and my thumb on both hands and wide open my eyes in front of him and be like, look, no parasites.
Stay away from the water.
Do you live here? No, you were drawn here by the lights. How long have you been here?
Got here 3 days ago. Was attacked by them. Didn't hear them coming. They tried to grab at me, scratched with their nails. That one had a plank of wood. Not exactly the smartest bunch, but they did some damage. And you can see he's looking at his like arms that are wrapped up, especially his like forearms have a bunch of bandages on them. You can see dried blood. Each one of them had one of those things on their necks or their heads or other places. And he points to a piece of burlap with those slugs in them. Made them go crazy or something. Tree's the only thing that saved me.
Did you stay to recover, or were you staying here for like camp? Why are you still here if it's been 3 days? Why wouldn't you just leave? Why are you out here alone?
Trying to make sure I can leave here, but the tree, it's... You can see his eyes like catch the light in just a way. I don't know what it is about it. I just don't know. It helped heal me. It saved me from these things, and the powder coming from those flowers, those things didn't like it. They stopped attacking and started scratching at their own skin. Gave me enough of a moment to get my foot in and bash these fuckers dead.
What's your name?
My name's Smoke. Thank you so much to Pat over on Patreon for the name Smoke.
I'm Lenore.
Hey, Smoke, do you mind if I take a look at your wounds?
I don't think I need you to, but
I just want to make sure that they're healing properly, if you don't mind.
you put your weapon down first.
I'll stow it.
And he starts undoing the wrappings on his right forearm, and you can see that there are deep scratch marks. You can see 3 or 4 of them together that look like a human hand with like sharp nails made these deep indentations. There's bruising all around them. It does look like this happened a few days ago. These don't look like they were fresh. It does look like they've been taken care of, at least to a normal extent.
I'll just kind of like clean them up a little bit while I'm doing that. Just the gesture more than anything, so he feels like I'm on his side or not a threat. I'll just kind of gently wrap him up again and dab a little bit of water with like just a piece of like cloth that I have. I'll tear it off of something.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. It strikes me that you're traveling alone. It's dangerous out here, as you have found out.
Yeah, where were you heading to and from? All alone?
Don't quite do too well with people. Prefer to be on my own.
Where you going?
Gonna be fall soon. I figured I'd go someplace with lots of trees.
You don't have a home?
Not anymore, no.
What happened?
I left.
Look, I don't know how I feel about this tree yet, because obviously the water's not great, but the tree you said saved you. If you went, would you be confident going back into those trees right now?
To the tree? And he points to like the big tree? Or the forest?
No, well, I mean, I guess answer both.
I go sit next to it every day.
Okay.
Something feels good about it.
But if you had to leave right now, if you weren't wounded, would you?
Would I or could I? Those are 2 different questions.
Answer both.
I could leave, but I'm not sure yet.
I don't know if I trust the tree yet, but I definitely don't trust the water. It looks gross.
Don't go in the water.
Is that where these slugs came from?
I think so.
Kind of want to fly above the water and take above it. I want to look down at it to see if I notice any movement or anything. I'll be like 30 feet up.
Go ahead and roll me investigation with disadvantage. It's a very murky pond and it is nighttime.
Oh no! I rolled a 2 and a 20.
Damn.
A total of 2.
You're not seeing any movement.
I think I go there with the intention of taking a look at the pond, but that tree grabs my attention, and so I find myself just kind of getting drawn towards it. I'll get to the other side of the pond, in the air still, getting closer to the tree.
Santos, don't breathe that. I don't trust whatever dust is coming off of that tree. And now I'm yelling now, so my cover's blown.
From the side, you see that Smoke continues walking around the pond as you're yelling towards Santos. It won't kill him. Smoke walks all the way along the pond underneath where Santos is currently flying, and he just walks underneath the tree, and he puts a hand on the bark, just sits there looking up through the leaves towards the light, towards the powder that's going up.
Does he seem like hypnotized at all or under some kind of an influence? His demeanor has been pretty normal, right? Like I just like, there's a version of this movie playing in my mind where I see him approaching the tree and he's like almost like out of it and body snatched almost. And I think I'm trying to scrutinize to see if he seems like a normal person while he's touching the tree.
Or if he's like charmed.
Yes, exactly.
Give me a straight up intelligence check.
8. My dice are on fire.
You notice this man has a weird demeanor at times, but he also has actually said he doesn't like people. He doesn't talk a lot. So the way he speaks might just be how he is.
So, Smoke, let me get this straight. I'm yelling from kind of closer to the bodies. You got here first, you saw the lights and the tree, and you liked it, and you never went in the water?
No.
And then you were just hanging out here like, maybe I'll live here forever, the lights are so nice. And you randomly got attacked by these 3 guys who had parasites on them because they just showed up and decided to get in the gross water?
I don't know about where they came from, but it wasn't quite as nice as you were saying. I got here, looked at the tree, and couldn't keep my eyes off it. And as I was walking towards it, that's when they attacked me. It was immediately when I got here.
Oh, so maybe they were already here. Okay.
They must have been here long time. I didn't even hear them coming.
What if this is like, I'm gonna turn to Lenore. What if this is like kind of like a beacon kind of thing, like it's a lure? Like the tree and the pond are working together to lure in people, like
an anglerfish?
I don't know a lot of fish. If it's got like a lure that draws something in unexpectedly, like a snapping turtle's mouth, its little tongue, it's just like wiggling around. That's the tree, and it's trying to lure people into the water, where it's got its roots, carnivorous plants. We saw a bunch of those on the way in. I don't trust this tree one bit.
I'm gonna say at a normal volume, so I'm not trying to be sneaky, but also the smoke is pretty far away at this point. I'm gonna say to Jack, hey, where'd our friends go?
I'll kind of like perk up and like look around to try and get an idea of where they are. I think I want to say that I noticed that like them scrambling up, but I didn't watch where they went.
If you just turn around, it's Tevin on a roof, gun pointed, and Bjorg slightly around a corner with his gun pointed, both in the same direction.
I will subtly point with one of my ears at the house. Hey, Smoke, and I call across. If something happened to the tree right now or later, how would you feel? Not a threat.
That'd be a sad waste of life.
But you don't feel like you would like go crazy or something, right?
Nah, I'd be upset.
Okay. I guess I'm less worried about the tree now.
I'm approaching the tree. I'm fascinated by this and apprehensive, but I'm gonna fly up a little bit and I'm gonna reach out and touch like any of those like swirling plumes of light.
As you get closer, you realize just how much this is more like pollen coming from these flowers. It's coming straight from the centers of them. They're very pretty. They're glowing themselves. And as you get closer, you can see that he, again, is just there looking upward at the tree. As you fly up, you see some of this pollen, and there's a certain burst from a flower that you're looking at. It covers you over the face, over the neck. You're watching as each individual piece glows just a small amount, and it starts to stick to you all over, almost like snowflakes, except they aren't cold, but they do feel numbing. As they fall onto your face and the exposed skin, you start to feel less of yourself, your body, the muscles, even the hair on your head. I need a Constitution saving throw.
I knew it.
There it be.
A total of 9.
Buddy.
Uh-oh.
From across the pond, the rest of you see Santos suddenly go stiff and his wings stop flapping and he starts to fall out of the sky.
Oh, how high up am I?
You're about 40 feet up.
Oh no.
And you start to dive down, but suddenly there's movement from the tree. As the rest of you see vines shoot out, these rope-like vines from the branches to catch Santos before he falls to the ground, wrapping around his waist, directly around his neck, and begin to pull him upward.
Oh, bastard.
He's about 10 feet off the ground. The rest of you are conscious. More and more of these vines swing down from the tree itself. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh,
Bastard child.
Does emboldening bond work for initiative?
it works for all checks. Bjorg is out of it. Emboldening bond lasts for 10 minutes.
I could add the D4. I don't think it's necessary because I got a 30.
Good
What?
God.
Add the D4 just so you can. That'll be your new bar.
A record.
PR. We love a new PR.
It's a 33 with the emboldening bond.
I got a 10.
I got a 17.
16.
I got a 7.
Jackal,
I'm going to pull out my bow as fast as I can and take aim at the vines that are holding onto Santos's neck, trying to get rid of that. Not aiming for his neck, but the vines.
yes, sorry, I just remembered I didn't roll damage on Santos.
Okay, you don't have to.
Santos, that's 10 bludgeoning damage that you took from those vines.
Without any clear other target to go for, I just want to try and get Santos down. I'm aiming my bow. I believe I get advantage if I read correctly just because of my assassinate skill. If my sneak attack hits, I deal an additional 3 damage. Hooray.
Does that happen because target is surprised, or what's the condition?
I go first.
I gotcha.
If I go first, I get
Hey,
assassinate.
Cool.
So I got an 18 to hit.
That will hit the vines.
1d6 of piercing. I add another 2d6 for my sneak attack. We're up to 13 plus another 3, 16 damage.
Vines start to shred. You do see that the ones around his neck slough off of him, but he's still being grappled and held in the air around his torso.
Bonus action. Do I want to hide or do I want to rage?
Aren't you mad that
God.
I'm getting killed?
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, you're right. I'm running in.
Does that mean anything to you?
I'm running at the tree and I'm in a bonus action rage.
Down on all fours, rushing towards him. You're about 20 feet away from him at the end of your turn. He's only about 10 feet in the air, but he is still grappled by the tree itself. Lenore, we are to you with Tevin on deck.
I'm flying in that direction. My first impression before the neck vine was that the tree was trying to catch him and trying to be helpful, but it doesn't look like that anymore.
You can see not only that the vine was around his neck, you can see he's bleeding a little bit.
I grab an invisible point out of the sky, yank it down, and try to cast Firebolt on the vine on his neck.
You can add a D4 to it.
I don't know if it's enough. Oh, that's 10 to hit.
10 is unfortunately going to miss. The fireball doesn't quite hit it. It goes through some of the leaves. You're able to burn a couple of the leaves on the tree itself, but it goes into the distance.
I'm gonna remember that I can do a, what's it called? Innate sorcery thing, and I'm gonna focus and my magic vibrates and I'm gonna activate innate sorcery so that everything is better as my bonus action.
We will move over to Tevin.
The moment that Tevin sees anybody attacking the tree, since he's off in the distance, he's just firing off 2 rounds right at any of the first vines that he sees.
All I need to know is, are you going after the vines currently holding Santos, or are you going for the tree / any of the other vines itself?
The vine's going after Santos because I've only seen anybody attacking those, correct?
Yeah.
So that I would be going after the same thing. And I'm just going to roll for both of my attacks. 23 and then a 16.
Both will hit.
5 and 7. So 12 altogether. Piercing damage.
Very little is holding Santos to this tree right now. Next, we have Smoke's turn.
Uh-oh.
As he turns away from the tree, you all get a look at his eyes, and they're no longer that deep brown. They are completely fogged over.
Oh,
You see him grab his hammer that's at his side and start running towards Jackal, who is on the ground. And as he's running at you, you see a blue light come from the mace, and he swings it up, and there is this burst of magical energy on the ground that comes up and tries to hit you in the chest as you're running towards him. This is his wonderful flavor for chill touch.
Ooh.
I thought he was going to be like a paladin or something and the tree was his god.
right. Well, similar, probably.
That is going to miss. That is a 9 to hit.
Mm.
Let's go.
Next is the tree's turn. The tree is going to make a vine attack onto Lenore.
Hey!
A 16 to hit,
Yeah, it hits.
9 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled and pulled 10 feet closer to the tree.
Whoa!
You all watch as Santos gets lifted into the air by these vines and dunk him into the pond.
No!
Santos, I need you to roll me 2d6, please.
Now I roll pretty good. 10.
You are dunked only briefly and then brought back out of the pond. Santos, you are no longer unconscious as this water has woken you. As you are being flailed around, you look down and there are slugs all over you. 10 to be exact.
No.
Get him off, get him off, get him off!
That is the tree's turn. Bjorg, we are to you with Santos on deck.
Oh, there was too much going on, and they looked like they had Santos all taken care of, and then he got dunked. But I saw smoke just immediately turn on everybody. I saw them do a good chunk of damage to the vines. I think they've got it okay. I'm gonna spin Tough Luck around, take a purple amethyst off my ring, slam it into the revolver, and spin. And I'm going to shoot directly at smoke, reach into the pocket super quick and take out a matching amethyst and hold it tight. And I'm going to cast Bjorg's Bearings Bender on Smoke, which is Vortex Warp. I need a Constitution saving throw from Smoke, please.
4.
As the amethyst bullet hits Smoke, I take that second amethyst and just lob it directly in the mid-center of the pond. He is then teleported to an unoccupied space of my choosing. This chosen space must be on a surface or in a liquid that can support the target without the target having to squeeze, which does count. That's going to be it for him, so put him in the dunk tank. I'm having Oopsie leap off of Jack and is going to run to Lenore. I'm going to have Oopsie do a Eldritch Cannon attack on him, on the tree. Specifically the vines holding Lenore. I'll let Oopsie help Lenore. 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oopsies, 2d8. Bam. 7 force damage, and it pushes the target up to 5 feet away. I don't know if that does anything, given that she's kind of grappled, but that is a condition for Oopsies.
Santos, we are to you. You are still restrained. You're grappled in these vines, but you're now awake, and you do see that there are all of these slugs on you. So a few things happen at the start of your turn.
Okay.
You are still grappled by the vines, and you can feel them starting to squeeze you further, and there is more of this numbing sensation. So you're going to take 4 necrotic damage, and I need you to roll me a d4.
A 2.
And then, because of all of these slugs on you, you have 10 of them on you. You feel them connecting.
Oh no.
So you're going to take 10 damage.
Oh my gosh.
1 for each of them.
Oh my goodness.
You're going to take 10 more of a different number.
And more of something that you're tracking.
There's this piercing, Santos, all along your body. And you suddenly get this numbing sensation, but it almost feels relaxing. The muscles feel stronger. The mind feels sharper. Santos, you are now skilled. You're going to pick 2 skills. One you are proficient in, and one that you are not. You will gain a permanent +2 to all skill checks with those skills.
Whoa. Okay, whoa, hold on. I'm gonna... I do scream out, and I'm like, I need help. This... Oh, wait. And then it starts to relax, but the panic starts to wear off. But I think in my mind, that just got sharpened. I know I'm in danger. I'm gonna attack the vine. I'm trying to cut myself loose. So I'm gonna just swing it, twirl it, and swing it up and try to slice the vine. 19 to hit.
That very much hits.
6 points of slashing damage.
You suddenly feel gravity take hold as you make that swing, severing the vine that is holding you up, and you start to fall. It's about 10 feet. You're basically able to just stop yourself from falling enough with those wings to land on the ground safely, and then you're free to do whatever you'd like with your movement.
before I start flying away from this tree, I don't want to get wrapped up again. I'm going to, with my bonus action, I'd like to use the butt of my pole arm to try to like jab off of me one of those slugs. My pole arm strike. A 17 to hit.
17 hits.
The slug takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
With that strike and how we are doing cleave rules, I'm going to say there's even distribution. You're able to take 5 slugs off of the left side of your body.
Whoa.
So you have 5 left.
Oh, good. And then I'm getting the hell out of there. I see that Lenore's got a vine wrapped around her, right? I was going to fly to get away, but then I see that and I'm flying.
I'll get it. Don't worry about me. I got this.
Okay. We'll fly towards Jack.
As you are flying by Lenore, you start to see vines curling around her neck.
Whoa.
That I think would stop me. That would stop me there. If I do see that.
If you get grabbed again, I swear to God.
Okay, if I don't move one more, I go back and forth a little bit. I'll use up some of my movement as my confusion.
Bjorg, you watch from the other side that Santos has gotten loose and started to fly as you watch smoke fall into the water from where you placed him. Just a moment after those ripples go out and reach the end of the pond, there's movement from him trying to swim up to the surface, but seconds after, there is a monstrosity that comes from the pond.
How?
No.
A wide gaping maw swallows him whole as it comes up and out of the pond. It looks like a massive toad-like monster, but with sharpened teeth. It's got weird nostrils coming out the front of its face and these big beady eyes and 2 massive arms. As it swallows Smoke whole, it lands on the water and quickly moves towards the edge, towards Santos and Lenore. And you see it starts to grab with each arm and slowly pull itself up and out of the water. And you can see its back is like a slug. There aren't back legs, just these 2 massive monstrous hands. His mouth is currently filled with the body of Smoke.
Oh,
And it does look like it's actively chomping down, but especially Santos, you see these eyes locked on you,
no.
and you're feeling the ground shake around you.
No.
But not only is Smoke being devoured, that uses up its action. Very good use of Bjorg's Bearing Bender. We are back to the top of the order.
Oh my God. Jesus. Who is that? Why do I keep saying his name? Let go of my friends. I'm going to take a swing at the vine. Since I'm raging, it's like, even though I'm hearing Lenore say, I got this, I'm still like, I got to get you down. So I'm taking a swing at the vines. So I'm swinging the hoop back. I'm hoping that I can pierce through the things. Let's see here. Dirty 20 to hit.
Will hit.
Great. 4 plus 2d6. 12 damage onto them.
Looking good, but she's still grappled. You also did realize that you are even closer to the tree than when Lenore got snatched. So you do know the vines can easily go out this far.
Can I jump onto the frog? Can I use my bonus action to attempt a rabbit-like jump onto the back of this thing?
Yeah.
I smack at the vines and then I turn and I jump on the frog and I'm about to go gorilla mode.
Lenore, we are to you with Heaven on deck.
I am going to use a sorcery point, 2 in fact, to quicken a spell. And then I'm gonna rub my hands together, build friction within my hands, widen them up, and then clap them down on the vine that's holding me. And I'm gonna cast Agonizer's Scorcher. Can I do another sorcery point at the same time thing? Yeah, why not? I'm gonna use another sorcery point to empower it.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So I have advantage because of my innate sorcery thingy. Oh, just kidding. Not advantage. It's a dex saving throw. And I'm going to use a luck point to give it disadvantage.
How dexterous is a tree? It can't move.
13.
Fail!
Haha.
I am rolling wild magic, by the way, and I did earlier with magic armor, and nothing's happening. Now, I'm going to roll 3d8, and I have empowered spell, so I can re-roll any of those. I'm going to re-roll 2 of them. Yeah. 15 fire damage.
Lenore, what's 15 times 2?
30. Oh, I should say that this is a line of roaring flame 30 feet long and 5 feet wide. So it's every creature within that. So I imagine, clapping down on the vine so it goes straight down in the direction of the trunk.
You hit the vine as well as the trunk of the tree, and I'm going to increase the damage a bit because of that. Technically, they're the same entity. So essentially, I'm doing, instead of 2 times the damage, I'm doing 3 times the damage for this case. You feel same thing as Santos, gravity take over. You're able to stop yourself from hitting the ground, and then you have your movement.
And I would like to fly diagonally up and west, away from the tree and the big monster. And then as my action...
Oh my god, Lenore, I'm so sorry. I forgot at the start of your turn you had to take damage.
No, I didn't.
So you took 4 necrotic damage, and then, Lenore, I need you to roll me a d4.
No! 3.
Is that the end of your turn, Lenore?
No, I have an action.
Oh, yeah. Quicken spell.
Right.
And I'm just gonna cast Firebolt at the tree trunk with advantage. Yeah, 25. That's 13 fire damage.
Ignites. You see a shoot of flame head up the bark of the tree.
Okay, that's my turn.
Tevin!
With my weapon mastery for pistols, I have Vex, which if I hit a creature, I get advantage on my next attack. I would love to make 2 attacks towards... I'm aiming down at big ol' frog. First shot, though, I'm going to be expending 2 grit points to take a violent shot at him. 24 on the first shot.
Definitely hits.
Yeah, so that'll hit. So then that gives me advantage again, I believe, all right? 23 on the second one. With the first shot, because it's a violent shot, I'm able to do 3 of my damage die. 13 for the first shot, 10 for the second shot.
2 big rounds go into the a bit more squishy part of this being's backside.
And then I am also going to action surge. I'm going to, with my last 2 shots, 22 and a 24. Oh my god, this is amazing.
Bjorg, you're just hearing these bullets whiz by you.
Stop, I can't keep up.
9 for the first round, and then 10 for the second round.
A lot of damage coming out from Tevin this round. That is back to the tree's turn. Question is, who is the tree going to grab for?
No one.
For the 4 targets that are in range, would being Oopsies, Lenore, Santos, and Jack. We see some vines shoot out from the tree. That is a 12 as they reach for Lenore.
Yeah, it bounces off mage armor.
So you're flying up and around. It's not quite able to get you. One comes really close, and boom, that magical burst saves you from that. It's going to make its second swing. That one's going to be at Santos.
Ooh.
That's a crit.
Silvery barbs!
Oh.
I am just like throwing this like handful of silvery glitter at the tree.
Oh, good.
It's still a 17 to hit.
That hits.
So that will only be 6 bludgeoning damage.
Ugh.
You will be grappled and then pulled 10 feet towards the tree.
I should have listened to Lenore.
I'm gonna give that advantage from silvery barbs to Santos.
I am hurt.
Bjork.
We're gonna start with Oopsies rotating around on Lenore's shoulder and is going to make a ranged spell attack on Big Monster Boy to push him back from whence he came. 15?
15 does hit.
Let's go! Ooh, terrible damage. 5 force damage, and it is pushed 5 feet away, back into the water.
Does this have a size limit for the pushing?
It does not say.
That's insane, because Oopsies is the size of a toaster, and this thing is 10 foot tall and 30 foot wide.
He's humongous.
It has just been vibrating on the north shoulder for the past round and finally unleashes a bolt. I'm gonna move 30 clockwise around the pond. Giddy up, Jack! I have a yellow gem that is slapped into the revolver into Tough Luck, but it has 2 prongs on the end, and I shoot it at Jack's butt, and it inserts just in the cheek and gives him a little shock. Jack, this is Bjork's Biggie Builder. I'm casting Enlarge on you.
Whoa, shit. Yee, and I cannot stress this enough. Ha.
Jack, your target size increases by 1 category. You have advantage on strength checks and saving throws, and your attacks with your weapon or unarmed strike deal an extra 1d4 damage on hit.
Let's go.
And that is it for my turn.
Bjorg, as you look down from where you are at the end of your turn, you do notice in the water there is like a couple of these slugs, and they're barely moving in the water, almost like in a circle, like waiting for you to get too close.
Ew.
It does not look like they can get out of the water themselves. It does not look like they're jumping at you, but they're like waiting. Then we move to Santos.
Oh, God.
A few things happen.
I know.
You are in the tree again.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be taking 2 necrotic damage, and I need you to roll me a d4.
So I rolled a 2.
You have advantage on a D20.
I have advantage on it. Oh, yes. That is... I haven't rolled a d20 yet, but I will.
Okay, right. Okay.
So 2 on the d4, and then I took 2 necrotic damage.
And then from the slugs, you have 5 slugs left. You'll take 5 necrotic damage, as well as 5 more of something else.
I gotta get out of these vines. I am so hurt. Okay. I'm gonna attack the vines. I'm gonna attack with my glaive. I'm bleeding. I'm so messed up. Like there's blood just gushing out of so many different wounds. I'm gonna strike at advantage at this tree, this vine. I'm going to Great Weapon Master and Menacing attack this. So superiority die. It is gonna be advantage. Yes, thank you. 18 to hit.
Will hit.
All right. You are going to take 17 plus a d8.
Yeah.
24 points of damage.
Damn.
You are...
Scare that plant.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Spook 'em.
You got to succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the frightened condition until the end of your next turn.
That will be a fail.
Amazing. I made the tree afraid of me.
Is the tree shaking like a leaf?
So good. Until the end of my next turn, it's frightened. Does that affect its grapple on me?
Come on, that 24 damage didn't do it?
The 24 damage was not enough, but it is so loose at this point that as it feels that burst of energy and you see it almost recoils away from you as that menacing strike goes through, it drops you.
Great. I take flight and I am going to... Okay, it's my first attack. I got another attack. I got to get away from this guy. Now, the big creature is within 10 feet of me because I have a reach weapon. So I'm going to now strike at this guy.
Not the slugs?
Oh, you're right. I got slugs on me. With my bonus action, I'm going to polearm master strike those slugs. 25. 4 points of damage. I hope that gets enough of them off.
That will get all 5 of them off.
Oh, good.
Nice.
All right, now I'm going to attack this guy. I am going to Great Weapon Master this strike. If I need to, I'll precision strike him. So, second attack on the giant frog thing. I don't have a second attack, actually. I don't. I'm a level 4 fighter, but I meant to say action surge.
There it is.
Okay.
22 minus 5 is 17.
That still hits.
Great. You're going to take, not a bad roll, 20 points of slashing damage.
Oof. Yeah, this thing is bleeding profusely.
And then I'm going to take, so that was 5, 10, 30.
Santos, I'm so sorry to say,
Yes.
you moved within range to swipe this thing, and then you left its range of 10 feet with its melee weapon.
Because it has 10 feet it has reach. Damn. Of course it does. It's humongous.
It's about to tongue you.
You see it opens its mouth, and this long tongue comes out to attack you. That's a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, it is gonna hurt.
I have 9 hit points left.
Oh no.
That's 15 necrotic damage.
15. Santos goes down.
No.
Not only do you go down, Santos, I need you to roll me a d6.
Please roll low. 3.
Santos, it is weird being brought unconscious. Has it happened to you before?
Not in battle.
It is you fighting for your life, actively trying to keep this death away, rather than you giving yourself up to the substance to feel closer to death, which you're so used to doing. This is you running away, but it connects and you fall. And there is this numbness, no thought. As you hit the next threshold, you are now bloodthirsty. You can no longer use non-lethal attacks with weapons or spells.
Oh, whoa.
When you are close to bringing something here, to this place that you're currently in, to this area of darkness, you won't be able to stop yourself from making them experience it. And with that, you all watch as the tongue wraps around Santos and pulls it towards the monster. It's going to make a bite attack with advantage.
What?
It's going to be a 24 to hit you, Santos. He's going to forego doing the bite damage, and he's going to swallow you.
No!
You all watch as Santos enters the mouth of this beast,
Oh my God.
and you can no longer see your friend.
There's one last recognition that moves through my mind as I'm feeling the light slip away and the darkness embrace me. It's that numb feeling that I've started to feel at first contact with that tree and started to increase. And as that numbness started to permeate throughout my body, I think to myself, I got what I wanted. As I remember that dream, those drugs that I was searching for, and how I desperately wanted to forget and to feel less.
And you feel nothing as you enter the belly of the beast. And for today, that's a wrap.
No! No, it's not!
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
God,
Oh, no,
save
we're not done.
me!
Thank you all so much for listening.
Oh, Lord.
We're going to talk about this episode next week over on Behind the Scenes, patreon.com/castparty. Now that you're signed up, you can send in name recommendations like Pat did for our creepy half-elf Smoke. You can hop over to our Discord. We can play D&D games, discuss Cast Party. You can yell at me for cliffhangers. We do have an amazing community over there, and you can be a part of it for free right now. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll have to just see what happens to Santos in the belly of the beast. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye forever.
No!
All right, you guys can say goodbye, but I'm going to roll my attack roll now, and I'm going to keep going because I'm not letting this happen. Okay, bye, I guess. Oh, man, am I hungry. I could go for some venison right now. Did I ever tell you guys about Anne's venison sandwich? Best sandwich in all of Twin Rivers, hands down. And boy, howdy, was it a doozy to find. A new guy rambled on about this new sandwich shop he stumbled into one night when he had a bit too much to drink. Said he could never find it again, but it was the perfect sandwich, and there was a whole riddle just to get into the shop. I told him I'd try asking around. Best sandwich I ever had before that was base drop salami and cheese. $2 silver got you the sandwich and a cup of water. Not a bad deal. But I was determined to find this secret shop. I asked Dragons about it. They run the spice stall up by the front gate. Said they have a secret buyer that pays double to drop some spices off at Have Chop Sack's rooftop garden. Headed straight there. What did I find? A grumpy old gardener named Dubward. He said he's only allowed to let one person up on the roof. Some delivery guys named Sainty Love said he was always humming a weird tune and tried to hum it for me. 2 days later, I hear somebody humming that tune near the public fountain. Sainty Love just as he's leaving a box of herbs on the bench, he won't talk to me at all. All he said was, bring this to Eric 5, and gave me a scribbled on used napkin. Eric 5 worked the night shift. I had to wait till he clocked out and showed him this napkin. He just sighed and handed me a red marble, told me to give this to Heather by the fishmonger. I knew Heather already because she runs that bait shop, and sometimes I like to do some fishing on a nice day. I showed her the marble, and she points me to a sewer grate and tells me, 3rd left, past the chalk arrow. Now I'm crawling these nasty pipes, find the chalk arrow, and I come face to face with Jesky Fire. She's not actually in the sewers. It just led me to the back of some shop. She had a big vat of some kind of sauce that smelled divine. But all she told me was that I was close and needed to get a password from Kaylee. So I go find Kaylee, and she's running games in an alley by the Nightshade prison. Tells me if I want the password, I need to beat her in dice. I cheated. Rolled 3 6s. She shrugged, told me the password, warm bread. And then I got to go to Canna's scarf stand to use that. So I tell Canna I'm looking for some warm bread. All of a sudden, they start moving their cart and reveal a trapdoor I was sitting over. I, of course, go down the trapdoor and find Jonas. He was carving meat in a room drier than the air around here is. Deer hung up all over the place. He hands me some meat and points to another door. Next door opens up into a full-on bakery. Judgment Day was down there working over the oven. Always said he was gluten intolerant. Good cover. He hands me a fresh roll, covers it in paper, and sends me along through the next door. Next room, there was just a massive wall of sauces, small little jars, all different kinds. I grabbed a sauce, Lexi's best in town barbecue sauce. There was a picture of a big barbecue grill on top of Twin Rivers on the label. Next room, spices. I had to grind my own, and Mike was there judging my technique the whole time. After that, an underground garden. Opti picked me a sprig of rosemary and a cucumber. That was it. Wouldn't even let me ask for anything else. Then pickles. Ryan was there. He taught me how to pickle that cucumber that Opti gave me. I did hang out there for a few hours while it pickled, but he was a cool guy to sit and chat with. Felt like the sandwich is almost ready, but there was still more doors. Next door, Shy Guy hands me a beer. Basically a closet with a single tap on the wall. We could both barely fit in the room, but hey, it was a good beer. I entered into the next room, and it's an open room with a table and a single chair. Bubba was there to pull it out for me. He even put a napkin in my shirt like a bib. He asked me to put the ingredients on the table. As I did, Winkle came out. She made a flame with her hand and toasted the bread from 5 feet away, then magically put all the ingredients together right before my eyes without even touching the sandwich. They both bowed and said, "Thank you for dining at Ann's." Weirdest experience ever. I went there 5 days a week for 3 months.